Alright, so this is the video that I'm going to show you the part numbers and some dimensions for the clutch throw-up bearing on the Cummins 855 engine, NTC 400. It has a Eaton Road Ranger 13-speed. This is a 1985 S2500 dump truck. Well, that doesn't really matter because the setup was used on many other trucks. The interesting thing I noticed is that Eaton actually makes the whole truck pretty much. The transmission parts, the clutch parts, the differential parts. The only thing I think that they don't make is the engine. Whereas cars, like different things, various different manufacturers for different things. But anyways, so right here we have, this is the back, by the way. So the clutch would be here and the transmission would be on the other side. So this is an Eaton ATI AF8, and then over here A27A2, and I'm pretty sure this is the part number because they always start with C. So it's C124, C78. And for dimensions, I measured the inside of that bearing, and therefore the OD, the outer diameter of the shaft, at 2.3556, right? Yeah, so 2.356 inches, or just under 2.56 inches. And that corresponds to 2 and I fucking hate inches, but everything comes in inches. What do we got there? 3/8. Yeah, 2 3/8. So I think these rivets go all the way through there. All the way through to this little plate. Then on the top here, they just go directly into the housing, to the cast iron housing. And just go here. So, yeah, most likely, very, very likely, I'm just going to cut out and replace this plate because I'm pretty sure it's going to be too expensive to, it's too hard to find, too expensive to buy. This actual whole part, I'm pretty sure that you'd have to buy the whole part for anybody that wants to go that way. But yeah, what I'm most likely going to do is just replace this. Okay, let's measure. Let me measure this hole here, the hole of the actual plate, because I'll need that. So the hole of the opening on this plate here is just about 2.9 inches. It doesn't have to be exact, but it does have to match what's on the clutch disc. So this one is a little bit under 2.9. It's actually, let's be a bit more accurate so people don't murder me here. So 2.85. That's just, so yeah, just about 3 inches, a little under 3 inches. 16th, what? That's a 16th, I think, under 3 inches. So Yeah, an eighth under 3 inches. So 2 and 7/8, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is worn out pretty bad. At least the bearing's still good. I wonder if I can. I mean, the actual outer shape of this doesn't matter very much because there's nothing actually that hits on it here, I don't think. Yeah, I could just go a full circle with that part. So if I wanted to, I could just make this into a big circle. Don't really have to cut out this shape here, but I mean, I'll probably do it because just so it looks like the original and, more professional, I guess, but it doesn't matter too much. Now the inside hole, could this be smaller? Even this hole here, the inner hole, that could potentially be a little bit smaller because there's quite a bit of clearance space between it and the bearing. So it could definitely be a little bit smaller, this hole. All right. Damn, this alone is going to be a bit of pain. You never know. Maybe they sell. I haven't looked at these part numbers. I'm going to have to look it up. And never know. Maybe they actually just sell this plate here. Because, yeah, buying this whole thing, that looks very expensive and hard to find. So, yeah, in all likelihood, I'm just going to replace this part. Just remove the rivets. It's fairly easy. Just if you have the tools and the equipment, remove the tools, cut out the thickness of this plate here. And the plate itself is, it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. And then cut out the shape with the grinder. Drill the holes on a drill press. Boom. Put that in. And the rivets actually stick out quite a bit. So I could actually realistically even just use bolts and screws. Guess I just don't want them to come loose, right? So put a nylon nut. And or use rivets. These aren't regular aluminum rivets that you get at the store, though. These are actually steel rivets. So that might make it a little bit more difficult. And I probably like the idea of I could even put threads on the housing itself. So the Holt, once I take this off, tap and die, just tap some holes and tap some threads into this. And then just put a locking nut on the other end. You just don't want this to come loose. But if I have it with the bolts and screws, it becomes easy to replace this someday if I have to. Whereas with rivets, you can't really replace rivets. It's nice and easy, just put a new one of these things in. I think this is actually stainless steel. There's no rust whatsoever on it. It's got to be a fairly hard surface too. The ability to withstand heat, because this obviously heats up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is stainless. This really looks like stainless steel right here. So, yeah. Alright. So, I guess next time you see next part of this video is when I'm making this or buying this. And yeah, this thing greases the bearing. Might as well replace that at some point as well.